Hi everybody, and welcome to this episode of Beth's Best. Today we are back at Disney's Polynesian Villas and Bungalows to stay in a deluxe studio villa with a lake view. Let's do this. Your home for Disney room tours, guides, and reviews. Hit subscribe and the bell. Welcome to Disney's Polynesian Villas and Bungalows. We are in a deluxe studio with a lake view here. We're in the Moorea building. This is going to be room 1026. So before we start the tour, I want to give you a little bit of background information about these studios. So the deluxe studios here are actually the largest on Disney World property at 447 square feet. They sleep up to 5 guests. You've got a queen size bed, which I will show you. You've got a drop down Murphy bed, which is also a queen size bed, which I'll show you as well. If you've seen my other Polynesian videos, they've added this since my last stay here. So we'll definitely check that out. And then of course you've got one of the little twin sleepers that is underneath the television. So that's where your 5th person is going to sleep. They do have 2 view categories here in these studios at the Poly. You're going to have standard view, which I've got a couple of videos on. I'll link those above and below for you. And then they have lake view. By far, the standard view is the larger view category here. We're so close to the lake that you can hear the boats tooting over at the Transportation and Ticket Center. I will definitely talk about that as well at the end of the video. These standard view studios start at 14 points a night, and these lake view studios start at 19 points a night. So certainly not the low end of the point chart here at Disney World, but really for what you're getting for this resort, I think it's totally reasonable. These are one of the studios that I really like, and I love the Polynesian. So I want to show you the room. Just want to clarify that no matter which view category you book, standard or lake view, it's going to be the same exact room, just the building and the view is going to be different. Okay, let's start the tour. Welcome to room 1026. Again, we are in a lake view studio here in the Moorea building. All of the lake view studios are here in Moorea. So if that's the category you book, this is the building you're going to be in. We're on the 1st floor. Behind me is the door to the hallway. Right over here to the side, you're going to have your lock-off door to another studio. So if you're here with a larger party, you can book 2 studios and then request to get adjoining rooms. So no other resort here on property does that. These rooms, you probably already know, were converted from cash rooms a number of years ago now. So it's kind of a unique feature. If you're here and you want to have 2 studios versus a 1-bedroom and a studio, this is the only place that you can do that. I mentioned 1 bedrooms. Of course, the Polynesian is just rolling out a brand new tower block, which will have larger villas as well. 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, and 3 bedrooms. But if you need 2 studios, this is a good spot. This is going to be your door. You've got a full-length mirror, as I always like to say, to check yourself before you head out to the parks, right? And if you have a stroller or any kind of mobility device, you do have a little bit of floor space here to put that as well. Now, this hallway, there aren't any hooks, which is disappointing because you've got a sliding door here, so they really didn't have a lot of space to put a hook. I wish they could figure that out, but I digress. You've got a very long hallway in these rooms because there's a split bathroom arrangement here. So this is really unique. This is the only studio that has this exact bathroom layout. It's kind of similar to Riviera and Grand Floridian in that there are two pieces to the bathroom. If you haven't seen those studios, I will put cards, if I remember, above and below for both of those as well, but they're definitely in my playlist. And the interesting thing is that they're almost similar to Bay Lake. Again, I'll put that in my playlist as well, except for at Bay Lake, you've got a bathroom and then like a galley kitchen, versus here it's a bathroom and a bathroom. So it's kind of an interesting arrangement. But you've got a long hallway with a whole bunch of doors. You've got 2 doors to 2 bathrooms, you've got a closet, and then you've got a very small kitchenette at the end of the hallway. So it's kind of hard to film. I'm going to do my best to try and show you, and let's start with this bathroom. We are in the first bathroom of 2 in this studio villa, and it is very, very large. This is probably the largest individual bathroom space you're going to find in any of the studios. So this bathroom is going to have your toilet. It's going to have your traditional shower tub combination. So if you've got kiddos who need to take a tub during your vacation, you've got a spot for that, not to worry. You've got a single sink here as well. So these rooms, since the last time I was here a couple of years ago, they have done some light changes and light refurbs. Like I mentioned, the new Murphy bed that they added, right? But luckily they kept some of the things that people love about these studios. So the artwork in this bathroom, I don't know why it's in the bathroom, because it's some of the best artwork in the entire room. People went crazy for the artwork when this resort first opened. So we've got kind of a mermaid motif over the toilet, and of course we've got these fun tiki birds here as well on this wall. In terms of storage, you don't have a lot of storage in this studio, period, okay? That is one of my criticisms. I love this resort so much and I love these studios, but if you're booking this and you've got more than 2 people in your party, you are going to want to be mindful of the storage situation, and there are some ways that you can kind of work around it and make it easier if you have a larger party. So in this bathroom, being the larger of the 2, you're going to have 2 wall hooks here. You're going to also have 2 towel bars as well. You have a couple of drawers, 2 small drawers underneath the sink, and 2 little cubbies. You're going to notice throughout the room, in the bathrooms and in the kitchen area, that you're going to have this kind of like lava rock black countertops, which is really nice, ties in with that Polynesian theme. You don't have a shaving or a makeup mirror in this bathroom. That's in the next bathroom, which I will show you. I love the tile work here in the showers. It's actually in both tub showers. This kind of blue tile running through the black. Again, it just goes with that really lovely Polynesian theme. And of course, this resort isn't actually authentic Hawaiian or authentic Polynesian. So if that's what you're expecting, you're gonna have to go to Aulani, because that's not what this is going to be. Polynesian, both the cash side and the DVC side, of course, is designed after that 1960s, tiki culture in America, right? So it's a very particular vibe. It's really relaxing, really enjoyable. This is one of most people's, or a lot of people's, favorite resorts. It's an opening day resort as well. Supposedly, this resort is where they put all the bigwigs and the talent that was here to perform when the park actually opened. So it is a special Disney resort for that reason alone. There is a motion sensor fan in here, so let's get out of here before this thing drives everybody crazy. We are back in the hallway. The door to the bathroom I just showed you is right here. These are really big, substantial wooden doors. When they are opened, they take up most of the width of the hallway. So let me just explain to you what's in this closet. You're going to have a luggage rack. You're going to have a laundry basket. One of the nice things about the Polynesian is that all of the DVC buildings do have guest laundry facilities here as well for you to use. Make sure you bring your own laundry detergent, or of course you can purchase it here if you want to do laundry. So even in a studio, it's nice to have that amenity. You're also going to have your safe, your ironing board, your extra pillows and blankets are going to be in here as well. You do have quite a bit of hanging space. Here is my Beth's Best pro tip on Polynesian, because there are literally only 2 drawers in the living space, which I swear I'm going to show you in terms of like big enough to put clothes, right? And then there are a couple of drawers in the bathrooms. I showed you the small drawers underneath the sink. There's an identical set of drawers in the second bathroom, which I'm going to show you in a minute, but that's it for the entire unit in terms of drawer storage. You effectively have what I'd call maybe 4 standard dresser drawers for a room that sleeps 5 people. To me, that doesn't add up. So if you've seen my OG Old Key West video from a couple of years ago, I'll link that above and below for you as well if I remember. I talked about bringing one of those closet organizer things, like the drop down ones for rooms that don't have a lot of storage. So, you get them and they like attach to the bar of the closet, and it gives you hanging space or cubby space to put things like folded jeans and leggings and all other stuff. Also really good if you have little kids, you can kind of like set up each outfit by day and put it each in a cubby. Just an idea for you. But if you are going to be in this room for with more than 2 people for any length of time, I definitely would look at exploring some augmented storage solutions for your stuff while you're here, unless you're somebody who likes to live out of a suitcase, which if that's you, then you're fine and that's totally fine. But if you're an unpacker like me, then you're going to want to plan accordingly. Big closet here, so you have plenty of room to kind of fit to use for your needs. Now right here is going to be the kitchenette. Let's show you that next. So as far as DVC deluxe studio kitchenettes go, this Polynesian studio has one of the smallest kitchenette areas available, unfortunately. The rest of the room is massive, but this area isn't huge in terms of square footage. The largest in terms of kitchens for a studio is going to absolutely, no questions, be Bay Lake Tower. Copper Creek also has an amazing kitchen in the studio. So if you're in a studio and you're also looking for a larger kitchen because you want to make light meals in the room, then those are 2 options to definitely consider. This is totally serviceable, just not huge. Again, super short on storage. We're going to have our microwave. We have a cabinet here, with just like plastic utensils. You're going to have paper cups, paper bowls. You're going to have, that kind of disposable stuff. Unfortunately, this isn't one of the studios where you get actual coffee mugs like at Riviera and some of the other resorts, but it's okay. And under here is going to be your trash and recycle, and you've got a large hotel fridge here. Just be aware, these are only fridges. There's absolutely 0 freezer shelf. I know that the freezer shelves are kind of dubious, right? They're not like amazing anyway, but this one doesn't even have a freezer shelf. So if you are ordering groceries, then definitely keep that in mind. You've got your toaster, your large coffee pot. They give you the little liquid creamers here, which is nice. Again, that black lava stone, but it's totally serviceable. That's nothing to write home about. This is definitely not the standout feature of the room, but you've got all your standard DVC amenities here. Let's look at what I think is a standout feature of the room, which is this second bathroom. We are now in that second bathroom I kept mentioning, and this is absolutely one of the standout features of this room. So we've got this massive rainfall shower head plus a wand, amazing shower. Again, we've got the black tile split with that beautiful blue mosaic tile as well. We saw the same tile in the bathroom, in the first bathroom, just plussed up a bit in here. It's a wider band with some different tile designs. Anyway, large light up, a mirror because there's no natural light in this section of the room. You've got a makeup or a shaving mirror as well. Again, that lava stone that we keep seeing in all of the hard surfaces. Couple of drawers and cubbies underneath here as well. Really nice space to be able to have multiple people getting ready at the same time, especially if you're here with a larger party. You've got 2 towel bars here, no hooks in this bathroom, unfortunately. It feels like they could probably sneak 1 or 2 in, but for whatever reason that has not happened. But still a really nice space, especially if you've got a big group. Love this bathroom, love this shower. Okay, let's head into the main living area of the room next. we've finally made it into the main living area of this room. Again, these are large rooms at 447 square feet. Behind me, we've got our queen size bed, so standard in all the DVC studios. You know, I love the fact that each person gets their own nightstand and lamp. There are charging ports in the nightstand as well, with 2 standard American plugs and 1 USB plug. So plan accordingly for your devices. You do have a small drawer here, and I keep banging on about the storage. If you're a subscriber, you'll know that this is a hot button for me. But this is where your 2 drawers are. Under the bed, there is 1 drawer on each side. And then you've just got these little baby, media drawers in the nightstands. That's it. That's all she wrote, folks. So something to be aware of, the standard, kind of Polynesian art on the wall. Still a really nice bed, really nice living space. Here we have what I keep mentioning they recently added is the Murphy bed, right? So this is going to fold down. These are so much better than the pull-out couches, am I right? I mean, those things could like break your back. What I love about these are they're so easy to just pop down and pop back up. So if you don't want to look at it all day, you can just put it away, easy peasy. If you want to leave it down all day, that's totally fine too. But I really love the fact that there's like a standard thickness mattress, because on the pull-out couches, the way they're designed, right? They've got to like fold over and bend in over on themselves. So the mattresses are really flimsy, versus this is like a nice, normal, standard hotel mattress. So much better, especially if you've got bigger kids or multiple adults sleeping in this room, right? If you're like a little kid, it might be okay, but these are so much better in my opinion. So they, of course, added new couches to go with these as well. Really nice space. Across the way from the bed, you've got your 55-inch standard smart TV that they're rolling out across property. What I love about that is if you're the Smith family, right? When you come in, it'll say, "Welcome Smith family," which just feels nice and welcoming and warm and like, oh, this room was waiting for me, right? And below your TV, you're going to have your 5th sleeper. So the little twin drop down, which of course another like little Lilo and Stitch kind of motif to go with the theme of the resort. Super cute. Across the way from the couch area is going to be your small eating area. So you're going to have your standard 2 chairs, small table. Of course, we have to talk about the fun tiki lamp, right? Everybody, when this first opened a couple of years ago, people were like trying to steal the lamp, so much to the point so that they started selling a replica of that lamp in the boutique, the main store off of the Great Ceremonial House, because people were trying to take it. So that tells you how cool the lamp is, But above that, we've also got a large mirror, so you've got an extra auxiliary space if you've got multiple people getting ready. This room is kind of like, the bathrooms and the hard surfaces are all, wood and black, and then the soft surfaces are all blues and creams and, oceany vibes. It's just a really nice aesthetic. Again, this is not authentic Polynesian. This is, tiki culture, Americana tiki culture. So really appreciate that. We do have one of those, I'm gonna say it and it's probably gonna respond, one of those Hey Disney in the room now as well, which if that freaks you out, just unplug the thing. But if you have little kids, they especially seem to like the joke feature on there. But you can ask it like, what's the weather gonna be? And all that kind of stuff, and it'll answer you. So that's kind of cute to see that tech rolling out across property. I want to show you the balcony. I'm sorry, we are on the 1st floor, so we have a lanai, right? Because all of the DVC rooms here at the Poly have either a balcony or a lanai. If you are in a cash room here at the Polynesian, not all of them have true balconies or lanai. Some of them have Juliet balconies. I've stayed in one of them before, it was fine, but if that's something that matters to you, rest assured all of the DVC rooms do have either patios or balconies. I do want to point out there's also a small coffee table here, which is a great place to tuck. If you have somebody sleeping here with like the pillows and the blankets, the coffee table is like the perfect place to shove those during the day. Okay, let's check out the lanai next, and then I want to give you kind of my thoughts and opinions about the resort. We'll talk about some of the amenities. So let's head outside. Welcome to our lanai. This is 1026. We're in a Lakeview deluxe studio. All the Lakeview studios are in the Moorea building. We actually have a really nice view. I can see the Grand Floridian. I of course can see the bungalows. I can see the TTC and the ferry, which is constantly tooting. I really enjoy it because it makes me feel close to the magic. But some of the views here in the Lakeview are better than others, but they're all going to be good and they're all going to have a view, right? Just be aware that some of them don't have like a direct castle view. This one actually does, from the room and from the lanai, not from the door, but from most of the room you can see the castle. We're really happy with it. Full width balcony or lanai as well, and these are really large rooms, so it gives you a large balcony. Standard kind of rattan look lounger chairs and a little coffee table out here, so perfect for having a coffee in the morning or a glass of wine or a beer back in your room at the end of a long park day. Okay, let's head inside and talk about the Polynesian Villas and Bungalows, the amenities, and kind of my overall thoughts of the resort. So the Polynesian is easily one of the best located Disney World hotels, and I will tell you why. Not only are you on the monorail loop, right? So you can get to Magic Kingdom via the monorail, duh. Or you can take a boat. They've got a little boat loop that goes between Magic Kingdom Park, Grand Floridian, and the Polynesian. Just does those 3 stops and keeps going around, so super fast in the morning. That's about 15 minutes. The monorail is about the same time as well. One of the nice things about that is that you check through security if you're going to the park on this side. So yes, the security line can be long at first thing in the morning if you're trying to head to the park when everyone else is. But if you're going at an off-peak time, the security lines to get on the monorail tend to be really low, if non-existent. So it saves you time doing it on this end versus doing it over on the Magic Kingdom side. So besides boating and monorail, you can now also walk over to the park if that's something you want to do. It's definitely a walk, but you can do it. Sometimes it's nice to be, master of your own destiny. And even if it's going to take you a minute, you're not waiting for an outside form of transportation, right? So there is a walking path between the Polynesian to the Grand Floridian. The 2 resorts actually share a gym. And by that, really, it's the Grand Floridian's gym that you as a Polynesian guest get to use because there isn't a gym facility here at the Polynesian. And then the path continues on from the Grand Floridian to the park. Again, if you want to check out the Grand Floridian rooms, I have a whole playlist for that, which I will try and remember to link above and below for you. So location also, this is what a lot of people don't think about, is that the Transportation and Ticket Center, or the TTC, is right adjacent to the Polynesian. So what I love is that from here, I can quickly get to Magic Kingdom, or I can get to Epcot, like lickety-split, which for me, those are my 2 favorite parks, right? So the TTC, especially if you're in the Moorea building like we are, is like right outside the doorstep. You have your own private walkway over to the Transportation and Ticket Center, and you can just get on the Epcot monorail, no need to transfer, super easy. You can be at Epcot within like 20 minutes. So love that, no buses needed. So that is amazing. You can get to 2 parks without taking a bus. Amazing, right? You also have a bunch of dining here. So dining at the Polynesian, people love to come here. Even if they're not staying here, people like to come and dine here, right? So let me see if I can remember all of the venues. So on the quick service front, we've got Captain Cook's, which is your standard quick service. They do have mobile order, so be sure to put in a mobile order if you're trying to eat there. It can get very busy. Compared to the size of the resort, it is a very small quick service location, so make sure you try a mobile order if you know that you want to go. For table service, you're gonna have Kona Cafe first, which is, I really like Kona Cafe, especially their breakfast. It's not a super flashy location. It doesn't have a lot of cachet, but the food is really good. And especially if you're trying to get like a closer to last minute reservation, that tends to be easier to get into than say Ohana, which we'll talk about in a second. The other thing that I like about Kona Cafe is that they are also on the mobile food to go. So even as a table service restaurant, there are a handful like Kona Cafe, Sanaa, Steakhouse 71 that you can order off of a limited regular restaurant menu and grab that to go. So really enjoy Kona. Then you've got Ohana, which of course everybody knows Ohana, right? The breakfast is going to be character dining with Aloha Mickey and Lilo and Stitch. We were just there recently and we also saw Pluto. So that was really fun. And then dinner is an all you care to enjoy feast, basically. It's really, overall, I would say really good food. People enjoy it. They love the theme. And of course they have a full bar menu because the Tambu Lounge is attached to Ohana, so you can get some of what I think are the best cocktails on property when you are dining at Ohana, or you can just go to Tambu. Speaking of bars and lounges, you're also going to have, how could I not mention it, Trader Sam's, right? Everybody knows that Disney World got their own Trader Sam's a number of years ago and they added the DVCs here. And if you've never been, you should absolutely try it. Try and get here early. There probably will be a line. If you get in without a line, then it was your lucky day. But generally speaking, there is a line. If you don't care about the effects, right, and you just want some cocktails, they also have an outdoor tiki terrace, which is great. That is kid friendly. They usually have music going. It's right adjacent to the pool. It's kind of, you know, a relaxing vibe. That's one of my favorite spots here at the Polynesian. And speaking of pools, you've also got two pool bars, right? So we've got the Oasis pool bar, and then there's the main featured pool has, I think, what they call the Lava Lounge, which actually I think is at Rainforest Cafe. But anyway, there is a pool bar at the main feature pool as well. So those are also the two pools, right? So we've got a quiet Oasis pool, which is technically the DVC pool, but you can, I think, use it as cash gas, no problem. And of course, you've got the main feature pool with the giant volcano, right? Okay, it's not as big as it used to be, but you know what I mean, which has a great view of Magic Kingdom. And of course, with the new Polynesian Tower, they're also adding another pool as well. So we're gonna have 3 pools here on Poly property, which is great because it needs it. It's a lot of guests, and especially if you're here in the summer or you're here during a hot time of year, definitely like the option to be able to come back and take a break and hit the pool, especially if you've got little kiddos, right? Now, one of the other things I want to mention is because we are right here on Seven Seas Lagoon, location doesn't get any better. You've also got the option to rent watercraft if the weather is good, and you can also do fishing as well. This is really a fan favorite resort. This is a resort favorite of mine. I can't wait for the new tower rooms to open. I'm going to book those as soon as humanly possible. As soon as I am able to make that happen, I am going to do that for myself. I promise you. Here at Beth's Best, we specialize in doing deluxe and primarily DVC room tours. If that's interesting content for you, then definitely hit the subscribe button. Check out my playlist of other room tours. If you have any questions, please feel free to type them in the comment box below, and I'd be happy to answer them for you. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and have a magical day. Bye-bye.